Are you stuck replaying old conversations in your head? Are you waiting for a reply that's never going to come? Are you watching their social media like a hawk? Perhaps they've moved on, but you, your mind, your heart, your soul hasn't. You're not obsessive because you're a weak person. You're actually obsessed because there's still a part of you desperately trying to find closure. And that's what this video is all about. I'll show you how to stop obsessing over anyone in your life who doesn't seem to care. Now, if your mind is still chasing someone who has already let go and moved on, we need to end this cycle once and for all. Book a free call with me. The link's in the description and the pinned comment down below. So by the end of this video, you're going to learn how to end mental loops and these intrusive thoughts that just waste your time, rumination. You're also going to regain emotional control because right now, physically, you're present, you're here right now. But mentally, emotionally, you're off in the distance. You're imagining, you're hoping, praying. And you're going to stop giving attention to people who never earned it and don't deserve it as well. I don't BS on this channel. And I'm not just talking about exes here. I'm talking about friends, family, colleagues, neighbors, people who don't give a damn anymore and don't care. As an empathetic person myself, and most likely you're empathetic as well, we are stuck all night ruminating, wondering, how could they do this to me? How dare they do this to me after everything I did for them? Why has this happened to me? God, if I had said this differently, that differently. We need to stop this because at the end of the day, they don't care. And let me tell you about my client, Daniel. He was stuck replaying a breakup for 6 months. So together, we rewired the thought patterns and cut the emotional cord once and for all. It was difficult, but we did it. And he said to me, I finally feel like I've got my brain back. My brain is mine again. Your brain is being hijacked. Your brain has been kidnapped. It is not here. In fact, you could be watching this video right now and you're not really listening. You're like, yeah, get to the part where I'm going to get my ex back. Get to the part where they're going to actually come back into my life. I don't sell dreams. I don't sell lies. I cut through the crap, say it as it is. I know it's harsh. I know it's terrible. And I've been there myself. I've had people I used to date just go off the grid. I've had family do the same under very difficult circumstances. I've had people who have shaken my hand, told me, you can count on me. Let's do this deal. I'll help you. Let's work together. Poof. Off to the distance. I've had people take metaphorical dumps on my doorstep, on me, and ran away with no guilt, no shame, no embarrassment, nothing whatsoever. Of course I'm going to be up all night thinking about it. Of course I'm going to be anxious for a reply. People will give us more anxiety, stress than anything else. So I get it. But it's time to stop. And the best example here is realizing they don't care. So a famous story that I've used before is a guy who was harping on about an ex. And he went through his depressive stage, wearing black, eating lots of crap, smoking weed, whatever he was doing, just feeling sorry for himself. And one sunny day, he decided to just venture out of his house to go get himself a takeaway or something like that. And then when he did, over the road, he saw that ex who he's been obsessed about. And there she was, dressed up, happy, carefree, not giving a damn, walking into a cafe to go on a date with another guy, not giving this depressed, obsessive guy a moment's thought. She was getting on with her life. And it lit a fire under his arse to say, if she doesn't give a damn, why should I? That's what we need to envisage here. We need to picture whoever they are, whatever they've done, just like that carefree bimbo walking down the street, not giving a damn. So, first of all, you are addicted to the story. You are not addicted to the person. You have watched too many Hollywood films, my friend. Too many Disney movies. You've wrapped yourself up into being a hopeless romantic, and it's the story that you're addicted to, not the person. What is the story? If it was a lover, we were the most wonderful relationship. Even though you argued all the time, you didn't get on, they cheated on you, cheated on them, it was a mess. But let's forget that, right? The story and narrative you're giving yourself, the BS you're telling yourself is that. Or maybe it was the perfect relationship. It really was perfect. And then they've broken up with you and left. Maybe you are great friends, wonderful friends. You can count on me, all of that stuff. Same thing. Maybe they were family. Same thing. At the end of the day, the story doesn't match up with the person. Because here's the thing. If the story is they're a wonderful, empathetic, caring, considerate, sensitive, understanding, non-toxic, healthy person, you wouldn't be in this predicament. They would have been honest enough to say, this is not for me. They would have communicated. They would have apologized. You would have had that closure, but you don't have that. So we need to tap into the person, not the story. Write out, which is an excellent way to do this, what exactly are you actually missing here? You realize it's about fantasy and not reality. So with Daniel, who was replaying his breakup for 6 months, oh God, I really miss her, I miss her. So what exactly did you miss? Well, I miss the company. Okay, what was the company like specifically? Well, it was just somebody there with me. Okay, but what about specifically about that person? Well, she was quite boring, like she was quite selfish, quite entitled. Okay, so you don't actually miss her. You miss having company. You just need better company. Look how simple that is. What are you missing? Ignore the Hollywood movie in your head. Write down and stick to the facts. Obsession in this context is just unprocessed pain. I've touched on this before. Especially as men, we are told to be macho. We are told to be stoic. We are told to not show or give emotion. So therefore, we must plow through, push through, and not be triggered, not have any pain or suffering. And when we suppress, we push that down, it's the worst thing you can do because you're not acknowledging it. Without acknowledging it, you're not healing. Without healing, you suffer in other ways with ulcers, physically, losing your hair, stress, anxiety, and so on. We need to process the pain. And the best way we can do this is grieving. You need to let yourself grieve. You can journal, voice it out, move the emotion through. Or you risk keeping it stuck. When an idiot has ever done this to me, crossed that line and so on, I go through this process as well. My favorite way to do this, you don't have to do this, it's just my personal one, is I'll go for a drive alone. Not necessarily anywhere specific, but I'll just go for a drive. I like to go do country lanes, whatever, not necessarily fast. And I'll let it all out. How could you do this to me? How could you say this to me? Could you betray me? Not to them, but to myself. And I'll actually voice note it to myself, record it to myself. And then I cringe so bad after listening to it for the first 10 seconds. I think, okay, yeah, I feel better now. That's it. I've processed it. I'm not saying you need to do the same, but you've got to face this. Now, attention is energy, and you're giving yours away. Okay? I do not care how active, how much you got going on, how energetic you think you are, positive, whatever. You're giving it away. Seriously. I used to watch football matches and give my attention to people who didn't give a damn about me. And I lost my dad a few years ago, and I used to be sitting with my dad and not really even taking the game in. It would just be on autopilot, and my brain would be elsewhere. That's what I was saying. You could be watching movies. You could be walking down a beautiful place in nature, you could be missing out on life because you're giving yours away freely. That's that whole thing. They live in your head rent free. Kick them out. They're not even paying. They don't deserve to be there. And the worst thing you can do is, like I said, social media. Constantly check your messages, constantly check emails, just ruminate like that. We need to be cutthroat. We need to be ruthless. What's the worst that can happen? Remember, these people don't care, right? So if they don't care, why should you care? Remember that guy walking down the street, seeing his ex carefree, living her best life. So do the following. Block their number. Delete it. Their contact details. Mute it. Mute their social media. Unfollow their social media. And I know what you're thinking, well, that's really petty. No, this is not to be petty. This is to protect your mental clarity. I've beaten addiction. I've inspired others to do the same. If you remove it, the fix, the addiction from iShop, so it's not readily available, everything changes. Now, I said at the beginning of this video, there's still a part of you waiting for closure. I was wrong. You don't need closure. All you need is clarity. The mental gymnastics and the juggling that's going on in our heads during this process is, where did I go wrong? What can I do better? How can I fix it? How can I save it? But then also, we have the fantasy of closure, hugging these people, kissing them, saying goodbye and everything like that, which thinks will make us feel better. But no, we want the clarity instead. Closure is a decision, not a conversation. We need to decide it's done, act like it's done, and live our lives like it's done. The more we fester, the more we hold on to false hope, the more we ruminate, the more we give a damn, the worse our lives become. Simple as that. This is the problem here. We need clarity. The uncomfortable truth, the bitter pill to swallow is, I thought they cared about me. I thought they loved me. I thought they were like me. I thought they were sympathetic. I thought they really were better than I thought they were. But I was wrong. It's time to say goodbye mentally, emotionally, physically, and psychologically as well. You don't have to have the fantasy with them of closure. You can write a note, tear it up and let it blow away into the breeze or burn it. You can go somewhere and have that conversation with them in your head and say, it's done and I let it go. I'm sorry it didn't work out. That's it. And do not reach out to them. Don't force them to do it. You do this alone. The man or woman you will become doing so, the resilience that you will have is incredible. You will have adrenaline pumping through your veins. And I guarantee you, you follow the advice that I've said in this video, pretty soon there will be a 24-hour period where you wake up and then when you go to bed and your head hits the pillow, you realize, oh my God, I didn't think about them for an entire 24 hours. They don't care. They're not coming back. But your peace, your life, that's still yours to claim. You need to do so. If you're ready to let go, move forward with practical ways, with depth obviously as well, ways that really work, cutting out the crap. Let me help you. Book a free call with me. The link's in the description down below. If they don't give a damn about you, what sort of martyr, fake savior, or individual are you to give a damn about them? It doesn't make you better. It just makes you waste your precious life. Are you sick and tired of feeling stuck in life or being weighed down by endless struggles? Maybe you're exhausted from being walked all over or tired of never having boundaries or not saying no, walking away, or stuck in toxic cycles and situations. Well, imagine breaking free from all of that, feeling powerful and totally in control of your life. When you work with me, there's no BS, no fluff, just real, personal transformation.
I won't lie, his direct no BS approach made me feel uncomfortable at times, but was absolutely necessary to reveal my blind spots that were holding me back to become the best version of myself.
He told me things I didn't want to hear but I needed to hear, and it's helped me find myself again and to move on from it all and to rebuild and to come out stronger.
Now, you've seen my journey on YouTube about the power of walking away from the wrong people, overcoming addiction, handling grief, empowering myself from being rock bottom. But this isn't about me. This is not my story. This is your story. Imagine having a life on your terms, having a healthier, better relationship, being able to overcome your struggles and actually be at peace and taste happiness, maybe for the first time ever in your life.
I was skeptical at first, as he's not the cheapest, but my concerns were immediately put to rest when he presented a step-by-step detailed breakdown of my new life plan for me to follow immediately after the call.
I had a session with SCG. I just think that it was very, very beneficial, and he helped me work through my structure and path moving forward.
Now, other coaches fail when it comes to getting real results because they offer you generic advice that is not catered to you. It's a one-size-fits-all program, and it's a load of BS.
After watching countless videos on YouTube regarding heartbreak, I noticed that they were all similar. Go to the gym, hang around with friends, find a hobby, and all that other BS basically. Yeah, that's great advice, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the advice that I needed. That's when I came across SCG's videos.
But I'm different. I listen to you. I take notes. I ask the deep questions and personalize and cater to your needs to take you from where you are now to where you truly want to be. And it's a lot easier and simpler than you think.
What I appreciate the most is how SCG tailored the session to my specific needs and goals. After questioning and analysing my unique background and story, I feel he over-delivered, proving his genuine passion for his clients.
I totally recommend, if you're reaching out, if you're looking into having somebody who can listen with understanding and help you kind of bring different perspectives to what you're dealing with.
So here's what I want you to do. If you are genuinely serious about change and personal transformation, book a free discovery call right now down below. And also check out the testimonials from real people and real success stories of men and even women who've turned their lives around thanks to me. There are only limited spots available, to take advantage of this now, and it's only for serious people who are serious about change. So let's not delay. Let's not keep you where you are now, stuck in the same cycles, the same routines for another year. Let's work together and break free together and live life finally on your terms.
Truly, thank you, SCG.
I really appreciate you, SCG.
If you're going through something similar, he could help you also.
If you're thinking of coaching with him, try it out for sure. Reach out.
If you're struggling too, especially with heartbreak, or just like I am, or anything else for that matter, then please reach out to SCG. Book your free consultation, and I can assure you, you won't regret it. You can't put a price on your health, especially your mental health.